can we agree that if you are focused on what you don't want, there is a likelihood that you will attract more of what you don't want? And if you're focused on what you do want, there's more of a chance of attracting what you do want. If we can agree on that, this episode is going to get you back on track to be a powerful creator. Hi there, Rachael-Jayne here, and you're watching Awaken TV. And this is for you if you've been on a personal and spiritual development path for quite some time and you want to awaken your impact, inspire change, and create wealth. And a few weeks ago, I shot a video that was a little controversial around how America is divided and how the contrast that is being created right now, at least here in the country that I live in, is quite massive, and why that is a good thing. If you haven't watched that, go back on the blog and watch that, because today we're talking about contrast again. When something in your life, something in the world is what you don't want, that brings up fear, that brings up a push away, it is a good thing. And if you can catch that early on, that this is not a bad thing, it's a good thing, then you have power versus powerlessness. And you're probably seeing partly powerlessness inside of yourself and a lot of other people around you these days. And when I feel that powerlessness in myself, it feels like a contraction, like in my body, like something's like clamping down. And when I'm focused on what I do want and enjoy and in love, it feels like the clamp is lifting and it's expanding. So when you notice the contrast, what you do not want, get present in that moment and remind yourself, this is only here to clarify what I do want. And that's the second step. Clarify what you do want and have that be an embodied feeling of desire, not just an intellectualized thought about it. So how do you know the difference? How do you know when you're focused that's in the contraction and the expansion? Well, for me, the best way is your body. And I noticed this the other day when I was in a finance meeting. Oh, how I love finance meetings. Not so much. So I'm sitting there in the meeting and we're going over the year and we had a lot to celebrate, and then there was things as usual in a meeting that comes up and looking at the numbers of like, I didn't know it was going like that and what's happening here. And I was sitting there noticing how that clamp would start coming on when something didn't go the way that I wanted, or it wasn't showing up in the way that I wanted. And it felt like a squeeze. And I caught myself, I'm like, this is just the contrast to show me this year, what do I want? Where in previous years of this sort of end of year annual meeting, I would come out of there like going, ugh, even though there was always so much to celebrate. So in the moment that I noticed the contraction, I just literally went like that. I took a deep breath and I'm like, I'm not going to contract this clamp. And I did this all meeting long. They didn't know that I was doing this. And I came out of that meeting for the first time feeling expanded, clear on what I wanted and moving forward. So I don't know if it helps to think of it as a bellows or something versus a contraction or expansion, because the pull in is not a bad thing. It just clarifies what you want. So how do you work with this and know the difference? Well, quick exercise with me. I want you to think for a moment, bring to mind someone you adore, someone you love, or maybe an animal or a pet that you just like, bring them to mind and feel your body. Feel the bellows expand. It can only expand. And then I want you to bring to mind something you should do, you don't want to do, but you know it would make you a good human being to do it. And notice what happens to those bellows, the should, the pull in, or the thought of your bank account or your relationship status or whatever that's not going well, and in it goes. And then bring to mind that pet, that person you love, and you feel the bellows go out. Today, I want you to take more time to feel that expansion and that pull in, the squeeze. When you're expanded, you're in the flow of creating what you want. You know this, you know this. And when the bellows are going in, you have a decision to make. No, you're not, really like getting into a place that things aren't going to work. You just need to shift it, okay? And that brings us to Resource of the Week, and this is for you ladies. It is coming to that time of the year where you need to make a decision about whether you're going to join us in person at the Art of Feminine Presence Intensive. This is 3 days of powerful transformation around your magnetic presence, around your feminine energy, around your ability to manifest and your ability to communicate that which you want that affects your relationships, your work life, your bank account, everything. Now, you've been hearing probably about the Art of Feminine Presence. We do this all over the world, and this year we are doing it again. So check out the dates below and join us this year. An in-person experience is so much richer than just doing things online. So click the link below, get your calendar, work out which one is the best one for you to get to. And if you like this video and you like this practice, click like, subscribe to this channel wherever you're watching this, and feel free to share it with other people who are also on a path of personal and spiritual development. And if you want even more awesome resources that will help you to awaken your impact, inspire change, and create wealth, head on over to Rachael-Jayne.com and sign up at the top of the page for email updates. So practice time with your bellows. Post a comment below. Let me know how it goes. And thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next week on Awaken TV.